Lord, God and Creator, you wrote your law on our hearts that we may both seek to know the unknowable and understand that which is beyond our understanding. Bless these graduates as they embark on the journey to do good, to help the poor and oppressed, and to always do justice. May they continue to achieve through hard work and determination. Help them to fight for the rights of the powerless and give voice to those who have none. Help them to resist temptation. As pillars of society, keep them humble and kind. And bless their families and friends who are here today and who have supported them through this journey. Amen.
And now our national anthem, which will be led by Brenda Ayala.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. President LeDuc, the irreplaceable Dean Martlew, the one and only Dean Sutton, distinguished professors, faculty, family, and friends. I am truly humbled and honored to have this opportunity to stand here on behalf of all of us graduating today, to share with you a small piece of our journey and a few words of encouragement. We, the graduates, would like to begin by simply saying thanks. We all have that one person. If we're lucky, we have a few of them. The ones we could always turn to when we no longer saw the light, who would give us that great big hug just when we needed it, when they would give us the motivation to push on, or the person who would make you laugh when times became too serious. For many of us, we are fortunate to have that individual or those individuals here today. For me, I have my mother and Deani. To our families, we appreciate you and thank you immensely for taking this journey with us, for having the patience to support us while we burn through the midnight oil, prepping for classes and exams, and for dealing with our erratic behavior as we waited impatiently on grades to be released each term. Thank you from all of us to all of you. To our extremely intelligent and fantastic professors and deans, we appreciate your passion for the law, your passion for service, and for working so diligently to instill those values in us so that we, in turn, can be true advocates, counselors, and leaders for our future clients in our future profession. Now, although we appreciate all the education and guidance we received, it wasn't always sunshine and roses. During our first semester, we were given the key to success in law school. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. It seemed like a simple enough concept until you realize the harrowing truth. Dean Sutton and Professor Fultz were keen on scaring us, and they enjoyed it. Our Torts 1 exam came along, and we each thought, I only have 2 hours and 45 minutes to address all of these issues? But after waiting 6 grueling weeks, we got our grades, and we found out we did indeed pass our first semester and eventually our first year. So we thought, now that we've got this whole law school thing under our wing, let's go ahead and join organizations, have a social life, and we'll stroll into class whenever we felt like it. Our professor said, sure, you can have a social life, but first, I'm gonna need you to read about 100+ pages of case law each week. Professor Beery would remind us that the Constitution can be interpreted in so many different ways that the black letter law we were trying so hard to memorize and understand today could be vastly different by the time we graduated or even obsolete. And if you tried to stroll late into Professor McDonald's class, you got the stare down of death, or in Professor Matthews' class, you were definitely co-counsel for that day's lecture. By the time we reached our third year, we had tough decisions to make. Did we want to be dynamic lawyers with a sweet and understanding approach like Professors Tolan and Professor Swanson? Or did we want to be dynamic but tough as nails like Professor Fultz and Professor Dubose? In the end, our professors terrified us, worked us, laughed with us so as to not completely do us in, and then they challenged us some more. And we thank you, because you forced us to earn this degree. Many of us have had to deal with a number of heavy challenges that easily and understandably could have forced us to quit our studies, but we didn't. From sickness to surgeries to working full-time, the mental toll of divorce, the challenges of being a single parent, the grief of dealing with multiple deaths, but we pushed past it all. We dealt with those challenges the best we could, and we forged on towards our goal. To my fellow graduates, we made it. But it will all have been for naught if we do not treasure the amazing responsibility that comes along with being a lawyer. Cooley chose to give so many of us the opportunity to join this great profession and to be officers of the court. Let us choose to forego the easy route. I mean, come on, we already have it ingrained in us from our time here at Cooley. Let us choose to restore the nobility of what it means to be a lawyer through our interactions with every client, with every colleague, and every judge. Let us choose to be exceptional attorneys who are passionate about advocating for their clients. Let us always remember to take the time to understand not just the legal aspects of each client's case, but that person's state of mind and the life-altering impact to their life and the lives of their family members and loved ones. Should we fail, even in the slightest, to do what is in their best interest? That almighty dollar feels good when it's earned for the right reasons. Rest assured, we will have personal and professional challenges throughout our careers, but we chose to come to law school, complete our education, and pass the bar very soon. We are saying that in spite of whatever challenges may come our way, we will also take on the challenges of our clients and our community to make it better. So do just that. We are no longer average. We no longer have the luxury of being able to blame the obstacles that come our way as the reason why we wavered in our morals or chose the easy path. Our new goal is to be the best lawyer, attorney, professional, and overall human being that we can. Always. Thank you.
One of the things that's really fun about these commencement ceremonies is seeing the people here that are here because they're supporting and have supported the students who are about to become graduates and alumni of Western Michigan University Thomas M. Cooley Law School. And I think I'd be remiss if I didn't give you graduates the opportunity to thank those people that have just supported you for so long, not only through law school, but even before then. So let's give those folks a shout out right now. It's my pleasure to introduce to you the person who had the vision to create a Tampa Bay campus and had the wisdom to name me, wisdom, that's the right word, isn't it? To name me the dean of that campus 5 years ago, President and Dean Don LeDuc.
Thank you, Jeff. Since I'm not listed on the agenda, I'm going to try to keep this as brief as I can. I want to start by congratulating the graduates, wishing you the best, both on the forthcoming exam that you'll all be taking and in the careers that were so wonderfully presented to you in that opportunity by our speaker, by your speaker. So best wishes to you. And I also want to thank you and the families and friends and other supporters who are here today for taking the chance on Cooley Law School in Tampa Bay. This has been a wonderful experiment which has gone exceedingly well, and that is due to your dean, Jeff Martlew. One of the interesting and I think unusual things that Cooley's always done is we become a major part of the communities in which our branches are located, and no one has ever done a better job of getting us introduced into the community and building relationships than Jeff has done. So Jeff, thank you very much for that. And finally, since his name's already been mentioned several times, I just want to introduce to the audience Jeff's successor as Associate Dean, the former Assistant Dean, Ron Sutton. Now, you want to be careful about all the wonderful things you say about Jeff, because Ron's got a heavy duty to come up to that standard. So to you, Ron, good luck to you, and best wishes to all of you in the future.
Actually, the truth is that I deserve very little credit for what's gone down here. We have a great faculty, a great staff. And from top to bottom, everybody's worked very hard. So I'm more aware of that maybe than a lot of people because I know how much they cover up for me, but thank you, Mr. President. And along that line, you know, one of our strengths is not only the quality of the faculty at this institution, the full-time faculty, but the high quality of the adjunct faculty. One of the things that really helped us get off the ground here is the warm welcome and the interest and the support we've received, especially from the judges and the attorneys in the Hillsborough County Bar Association. And a number of them, like about 25, have become adjunct professors at the campus. I know at least 3 of them are here today because I saw them as I came in, so I want to recognize that they're here. Professor Victoria Cruz Garcia, Professor Carolyn Johnson Levine, and Professor Victor Vecchio are here. Have I missed anyone else? Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. And another person who has shown great interest in our campus and in fact has been to the campus several times and participated in some of the programs there is someone who is recognized clearly as one of the leaders in the city of Tampa and the Hillsborough County Bar and Hillsborough County and Florida legal circles in general. I have the honor to introduce today our guest speaker, Julianne Holt. Julie is a classic example, I think, of a local girl who made good. She grew up in Tampa, graduated from Lato High School, Hillsborough Community College, the University of South Florida, and then, after attending and graduating summa cum laude from South Texas College of Law, returned to Tampa and entered private practice. Ms. Holt became a special court-appointed public defender in 1987, and she was first elected to the office of the public defender for the 13th Judicial Circuit in 1992, where she has now served 24 years and is currently unopposed for re-election to her 7th term as public defender. We had an attorney general in Michigan named Frank Kelly who was known as the Eternal General because he was the attorney general of the state for about 30-some years. So, Julie, you've got a few years to go, but you've got a goal. The thing that I find interesting and heartwarming about Julianne Holt is that she's dedicated her life not only to the pursuit of fairness and justice in the courts, but to improving people's lives and the quality of life in our community. Julie's public service activities and the award she had received for her public service and public activity that has benefited the community are almost too numerous to mention. She is currently the president of the Florida Public Defenders Association and co-chair of its Appropriations Committee. She has assumed leadership roles in the National Association of Drug Court Professionals, the Anti-Drug Alliance, where she served as chair for 4 terms, the board of the DUI Counterattack Force, the Public Safety Coordinating Council, the Juvenile Justice Council, the Governor's Task Force on Domestic and Sexual Violence, the Hillsborough County Community Violence Prevention Collaboration, and she has served on the Harrell Center for the Study of Domestic Violence Advisory Board. She is the recipient of the Florida Supreme Court Chief Justice's Law Firm Commendation, the Equal Opportunity Council's EOC Award, the Tampa Hillsborough Human Rights Council's Hank Warren Memorial Award, the Hillsborough County Bar Association's Outstanding Pro Bono Service Award, and the Hillsborough County Hispanic Woman of the Year Award and the E.J. Salsinas Lifetime Leadership Award. In 2008, she was recognized in a film documentary titled 10 at the Top in Tampa that was designed to celebrate the leadership of women in the Tampa community and to promote mentoring. She was recognized for her dedication to public service by the South Texas College of Law Public Service Award in 2013, and in 2014 she received the Employer of the Year Award from the Mayor's Alliance on Persons with Disabilities and a Leadership Award from the Florida Association of Women Lawyers. I've had the opportunity while I've been here to speak with a number of Ms. Holt's employees, assistant public defenders, and they universally praise her as a boss who is very demanding and yet also fun and exciting to work for. Ms. Holt has high expectations for herself and for her office. She expects her assistants to be thoroughly prepared for court, to provide their clients with excellent legal representation, and to conduct themselves with a high code of professional conduct that is expected of lawyers. Julianne Holt is a prime example of the kind of lawyer Cooley Law School tries to produce. Dedicated, skilled, caring, competent, and professional. It's with great pleasure that I introduce to you today Julianne Holt.
Good afternoon, everyone. President LeDuc, Dean Martlew, Dean Sutton, esteemed faculty, members of the Harlan Fistone class, and distinguished guests. When Dean Martlew asked me to come and speak today, I was extremely honored. It didn't take long to say absolutely, because over the last several years, because of your dean, I've taken a very keen interest in Cooley Law School. And we have tried to begin to forge a good relationship with Cooley, where we can afford an opportunity at our office for those students who are studying at Cooley and those students who graduate from Cooley to have an opportunity to come work where I consider it to be not only fun, but a place where very quickly and very shortly you can learn tremendous skills and make contacts that no other location will afford to you. Dean Sutton, I stand ready to continue that partnership. And there are several members of your class that have in fact come to our office and have seen what the work is about. But the second thing that I did when the dean asked me to come speak was I thought back 36 years to when I graduated. A long time, Victoria. And I said, wow, I can't recall what the commencement speaker said. And so I have, for the last several weeks, I have tried hard to come up with something that is nice and short and succinct, but something that you will not only remember 35 or 36 or 40 years down the road, but more importantly, something that I hope that you will embrace and that you will take forward with you after today, and that will give you the ability, as I stand here today, 35 years later, practicing law in my community, with the same passion and with the same goals that I had back then, and with a desire to get up every single day and go make a difference in someone's life. I have that burning desire 35 years later that I did then. And I became a lawyer for one very simple reason. I had a job, and I watched individuals who came into court and were appearing in front of judges. And Dean, because you were a judge, it takes work. It takes work to be a judge who treats every person who appears before them with dignity, with respect, and gives everyone, whether they're there with a lawyer or not, their day in court, their moment in court, an opportunity to have a positive impression when they walk out the door. And unfortunately, I could tell that individuals who were walking into court that did not have a lawyer were not being afforded that opportunity. That changed my mother's plans for me. I was supposed to be a certified public accountant. Believe it or not, I was an introvert. I didn't like to talk in public settings. The first time in law school that I did a mock trial, I spent a lot more time in the restroom than I did, I think, in front of the judges. And so I want you to know that whatever your inhibitions might be, whatever your challenges might be, you might think, I don't really want to be a trial lawyer because, you know, I could never stand there and do those things. You can. I promise you, you can. I promise you that if you will today take the excitement, take the pride that you have, take all the warm wishes that your family and friends are pouring out to you, and channel them, and do a good reflection and say, what is it that I want to do and where do I want to end up? And your valedictorian brought up a lot of the things that I was going to talk about. I consider the practice of law to be an honor. I consider it to be a profession that is noble, and one that is deserving of respect. But I want you to know something. A few bad apples can have an effect on our profession, and so therefore every single day you must ensure that you bring honor to our profession, that you hold others in our profession accountable, that you not allow friendships or fear in any way to believe that you should in any way lower your expectations or how you should present yourself or how you should comply with the professional rules in whatever state you decide to practice or in whatever profession you decide to take on. You must fulfill your obligations not only to your clients, but to opposing counsel, to the judges that are awaiting documents from you. You should never promise something you cannot, in fact, deliver. You should always be mindful of all your obligations that you have in your personal life and not take on more in your professional life than you are willing to, because it will require sacrifices from your family. You believe that you have finished reading case law? That is not true. You believe that you will no longer be burning the midnight oil? That is not true. You believe that there is nothing left to learn but to pass the bar or that exam that you need to pass? That is not true. 36 years into my career, constitutional law has raised its head, and the death penalty, which everyone thought was safe and sound in the state of Florida, is no longer safe and sound, and we lawyers are back at the midnight oil. We're back at case law. We're back at constitutional challenges, and we're working 80 and 90 hours a week trying to figure out where are we going to land in a few weeks or a few months. You have an awesome responsibility in this chosen field. You must remember that it is a privilege to practice law, a privilege to earn degrees, a privilege to be licensed. You have to understand that those are sacred privileges and rights, and that you, and only you, can take good care of them. Keep that in mind, because you do not want to lose your dream at any point in time. You now have not only that awesome responsibility, but you will now have the opportunities coming before you that will allow you to become leaders in your community, in your state, in your country. Dream big. Dream big. I know you may have student loans. I know there may be those things like that. But dream big, because we need good leaders in our community. We need good leaders in our state. We need people to continue to make sacrifices. Find a way to reach harmony in that which you want, that which you need, because sometimes they will be in conflict with each other. That will be difficult, but always do the right thing at the right time for the right reason, and you will never, ever regret that type of a decision. Your inner being, your inner thoughts, to me, are embraced by the motto of your school that you're graduating from. The spirit of the law is in the human heart. What is in your heart today, what is in your heart tomorrow, should always be constant. Make sure that you are doing what you want to do, because, ladies and gentlemen, the practice of law will be challenging. The practice of law will be hard. You want to love what you do. Everyone that goes to work every day will tell you that, but the practice of law is very different. You hold literally people's lives, hearts, spirit in your hands, no matter what role you take. I listened as we were talking about the impact that your deans have had, that your faculty has had. the special place that these folks hold for you. Don't ever lose sight of all of those things. Because the one thing that you want to do, what will be your legacy? What will be the gifts you hand down? What will your community, your family, your friends, your colleagues think about what you have brought to the table each and every time you walk into a courtroom, a classroom, an arbitration, a mediation, a political office? Those gifts that you bring are all gifts that you yourself can control. You can be true to yourself and be very happy. I encourage you to look forward to the future as I have. Every single day, I wake up with children in conflict because they don't know what they want to do with their lives yet. Each of you has already made a choice. At the end of the day, make sure that you are true to the choice, because your sacrifices to get here have been great. They have been great. Don't think that any of us don't understand that. Now, let's go out and let's enjoy it, and let's be noble, and let's be honorable. Let's bring our values and our responsibility and our accountability to the table. And ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee you that 36 years down the road, just like I am today, I chose the right profession. I have enjoyed every single day of what I do, and I intend to do it until I take my last breath, because I can make a difference in this community and in people's lives. And ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, that's one heck of a peaceful feeling in my heart and in my spirit. May God bless you all.
Thank you for those kind words. It is now my privilege to introduce Professor Karen Foltz, who will read the presentation of candidates for graduation.
Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, the members of the graduating class will be receiving their degrees. This is an important and solemn occasion, and we request that all persons in the assembly remain in their seats during the ceremony until all of the degrees have been conferred. A professional photographer will be taking pictures of the graduates as they receive their diplomas from President LeDuc and Dean Martlew. Each graduate will receive a complimentary 5x7 copy of his or her photo. Thank you for your cooperation. The faculty of the Western Michigan University Thomas M. Cooley Law School has established criteria for the courses of instruction, the standards of achievement, and the period of residence necessary to ensure professional proficiency and practical scholarship in the law, and has also established the requirement for the degrees Juris Doctor and Master of Laws. The board has advised that at the end of Trinity Term 2016, 74 Juris Doctor students and 17 Master of Laws students of the class known as the Harlan Fisk Stone class were found to have fulfilled all the requirements for those degrees. Now, therefore, it is resolved that the degrees are awarded and the candidates who are presented to the Associate Dean of the Western Michigan University Thomas M. Cooley Law School Tampa Bay campus will receive their degree of Juris Doctorate at his and her hand. Dean Martlew, for the final time, unfortunately, the faculty proudly presents the Juris Doctor candidates. Brenda Sally Mezzosoprano, the diva, Ayala. Ronald David Barcena. Christopher Daniel Bear. David George Beaumont Jr., cum laude. Scott David Bird, cum laude. Jesselyn Cassell. Uh-oh, you don't want it? Joanne Iloi. Stephanie Michelle Fesha, cum laude. Veronica L. Garcia de Noy. Brianne Catherine Gonya. Nestor Jose Gonzalez. Timothy Brian Harvey, cum laude. Gerald Carver Henley the second. Megan M. Hussey. Edwin Dwight Lockley, Jr. Tokara Shantae Martin. United States Army Reserve, Sabrina Michelle Mentor. Eric Paul Nelson, cum laude. Yanilda Perez. Thomas William Severin. Derek Smalling. United States Navy veteran Sean M. Spearing, magna cum laude. Edward Lee Walmsley, Jr., cum laude. Jonathan Wesley Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduates of the Harlan Fisk Stone class.
Thank you, Professor Foltz, and congratulations again to everyone. It is now my privilege to invite Rob Johnson, President of the Student Bar Association of the Tampa Bay campus, to come to the podium to present some special remarks, followed by Dean Jeffrey Martlew to present the Stanley E. Beatty Teaching Award along with his closing remarks. Rob.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rob Johnson, and on behalf of the student body, I have the distinct honor of recognizing Dean Martlew for the incredible impact he has had on each and every one of us here at the WMU Cooley Law School. As many of you know, Dean Martlew is retiring. Dean Martlew has believed in all of us as students, and he has worked tirelessly to make sure that each and every student has had the opportunity to grow and develop as law students, and more importantly, eventually as lawyers. For those of you who may not know, Dean Martlew left his home in Michigan to take a chance on starting this new campus here in Florida. No one knew just how successful his choice would be, but under his stewardship, the WMU Cooley Law School Tampa Bay campus has grown to be the largest Cooley campus. That is no small feat. His leadership will sorely be missed, but I know that he leaves us better than when we arrived. Dean Martlew, the student body would like to present you a small token of appreciation. The students have taken time to reflect upon your leadership and provide some words of praise in this farewell book we'd like to present you. Everyone, please stand up and join me in thanking Dean Martlew for his service. Thank you, Clay.
Actually, I'm supposed to close things, but we've got some other things to do first, so I'll talk to you later, okay?
Present the award to.
Thank you. You know, I just kind of roll with the punches, so we usually get there. Actually, we've got a couple of awards to present. Julie, if you'd come back up. We have a tradition that we started just at the last commencement, and this is the only Cooley campus where we do this, but we want you to be aware that we so appreciate you taking the time to be here that we've started a tradition of presenting a certificate of appreciation to the speaker that is signed by all of the graduates at this commencement. And so it's my pleasure to give that to you. And I hope it will find a prominent place in your office. I've also was advised just before we walked in here today that we're going to do a presentation for the Stanley Beatty Teaching Award. The Stanley Beatty Teaching Award was established by the Cooley Law School Board of Directors in 1979, and it is given to the member of the full-time faculty of the Western Michigan University Thomas M. Cooley Law School, who, in the opinion of the graduating students of the Harlan Fisk Stone class, has during the preceding 3 years made the greatest contribution to their legal education. This semester, and this is an award that covers all of the campuses, not just the Tampa Bay campus, so it's pretty significant when a professor from this campus wins the award because he's going up against professors at 3 other campuses in Michigan. The recipient of the award could not be here today because of a family conflict that if he'd known he was going to get this, he undoubtedly would have changed that. But I want to commend you because you've decided to give the Stanley Beatty Teaching Award this semester to Brendan Berry, teaching constitutional law. So we will see that Professor Berry gets that award, and I'll get Amber to take his picture when it's presented so we can post it in the newsletter and you can go online and find it. Thank you, members of the graduating class, for awarding that honor to Professor Berry. I guess this is the time where I'm supposed to close, and let me say this. I appreciate the recognition that I've gotten today, but today is not about me. Today is about the graduates, and I want to keep the focus there. I've been privileged to have this job and honored to work with each of you, and the exciting thing about being at this campus, not only as a dean, but I think every professor on this stage would tell you, and every one of your adjunct professors would tell you that the most exciting part of the job is working with the students. It really is. You're what makes the job fun. Every job has its downsides, but working with the students as a professor is exciting and challenging and rewarding because we know that no matter how much grief we give you and no matter how much grief you give us, at the end of the day, the majority of you are going to walk across the stage and get that diploma, and it's going to be a level that it marks a level of achievement that you should be very proud of. And as I indicated before we came in, when I was talking to you in the holding room back there, on behalf of the faculty and the staff at the Tampa Bay campus in particular and WMU Cooley Law School as a whole, we're very happy for you and very proud of you. We know that you are going to not only do great things in your life, but one of the side benefits will be that you're going to help expand the reputation of Cooley Law School as one of the best law schools in the country for teaching practical legal skills and producing lawyers that know how to get out and hit the ground running and do good things for their client. And that makes us proud, and it's very rewarding. I don't think I can match the eloquence of the two ladies that spoke earlier, but I want to say this. Let me close by saying this. I'm retiring, but I'm not dying. Not yet, anyhow. This is not the end of 40 years, but 40 years ago, I got a little card, and you're going to get one, because in February you're going to take the bar exam and you're going to pass it right. And then you're going to get a little card that's about the size of a credit card, And that will be your bar membership card. And it'll have your license number on there, and on the back there's the, discount for Hertz and other things, but but treat that card with care, because the only way you can lose it is through your own misconduct. Okay? That card indicates that you've shown the ability to memorize and the ability to analyze and advance arguments, which are skills that very few people other than lawyers have. And that bar card is going to give you the opportunity to go out and do great things, not only in your own life, but for other people. And if I have any message for you, I guess that's what I'd like you to remember. It's not about you. You all came to law school because you had big dreams, and now you're very close to achieving those dreams. And I'm sure part of it is making enough money to support your family and live the lifestyle of the rich and famous and all that other stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't make money your primary goal. Your primary goal has to be helping other people. And if you do, that's what lawyers do. That's what lawyers do. Lawyers help people. They help make our society better. They work to deal with issues that are complex and take somebody with the ability to spend the time and have the dedication to see it through to the end. So, very, very simple way to make sure you don't blow that. And it's the simple rule that I learned at my mother's knee years ago, before I ever thought about going to law school. Treat other people the way you want to be treated. And if you do that, you won't have to worry about blowing a canon of ethics. Do the job right. That's what you're being paid to do. Do the job right. And look for opportunities to be productive for other folks. If you do that, then you'll do fine. Everything else will follow. And someday somebody will be giving you a book that says, thanks for a good job. I'm going to treasure this. Thank you very much.